Hi everyone, and good to see you back on Fishaholic. It is always cheap to buy used fish tanks, but they do require a bit of cleaning. This video is about how to clean a used aquarium and how to put on fish tank background to make it look like a brand new aquarium. If you are keen in buying a used tank, then I would suggest keep watching this video. This tank has been sitting dry for past few weeks, and I know about the history of the tank. It was in service prior to that. That's why I'm not worried about any leaks. If you buy a tank and you don't know about the history of the tank, then I would suggest you to fill that with water and leave it for at least a week to see if there is any leak. It only takes little time and commitment to bring an old used aquarium back to life, and that's what I'm going to show you in today's video. Prior to rinsing the tank with garden hose, I damped the inside of the tank with a spray bottle, and now I'm using a replacement head for my dishwashing brush to clean the tank. This is a brand new replacement head, and it is always important to use a new sponge because you don't want any soft residue to enter your tank. I'm trying to scrub it hard and quickly, but at the moment I'm just focusing on one section at a time, starting with the top bracing, and then I'll move to the front panel, side panels after that, and obviously the back panel. And the outside of the tank, that's something I'll just leave it till the end. When it comes to cleaning a tank which may have water stain, dried algae, calcium buildup, water is your best friend. The longer you keep it damp and wet, the easier it is to clean the tank. I'm not too sure if you could see it clearly in the video, but a lot of stains are coming off. After scrubbing the inside of the entire tank, I'm rinsing it with the garden hose again. This will help me identify if I've left any area or there's some hard stains that has to be removed. Since my tank is sitting on a garden turf and I believe that's 4 mm thick, that's why I'm not too worried about cracking the glass or scratching the glass. After draining all the dirty water, I'll start scrubbing the tank again, but this time I'll use some salt to scrub because I've found it really effective when it comes to removing all the hard stains. Now some people, they use vinegar solution to clean the tank, and some also use razor blade, and they're all good method. People have been using them for a while and it has worked for heaps of people, but I'll just stick to the easiest way of cleaning the tank. This is something I've done in past and it has always worked for me. There's no right or wrong amount of salt, just use whatever you're comfortable with. The salt will get dissolved in water and can easily come off with a rinse. After completing the inside of the tank, now I'm just quickly working on the outside because there were some water stains on the outside of the tank. Tank is clean now and I got rid of all the stains. Now I'm quickly trying to dry it, and for this purpose I'm using a microfiber cloth. and once it's dry, then I can show you how to put on a fish tank background. You can tell there's a big difference between the tank we saw in the start of this video to the tank you're looking at right now. And to clean this tank, I've used an ordinary sponge and added some salt to get rid of all the hard stains. Before attaching any poster to the fish tank, it's always good to give it a good clean. For this purpose, I'm just using a normal glass cleaner, and as you can see, I'm not applying too much of the solution because I've cleaned this tank not long ago, but I just want to make sure there's no fingerprints or nothing on the glass. And I would also suggest you not to use any circular motion when you are cleaning the tank. Just do a clean sweep starting from one end of the glass and all the way down to the other. For this project, I'm using a blue vinyl background that I will attach to the back and bottom of the tank. I personally prefer black and darker shade of blue when it comes to the background, and the reason behind that is it enhances the color of your fish and the aquascape. Darker shade of blue is a bit brighter than black, and it offers a more natural look to the tank, and I believe it's a common choice for the marine tanks because it makes them seem more like home. Cutting is really easy if you have good hand and eye coordination. A sharp blade is recommended in order to make a clean cut. If you are struggling to cut straight, then I would suggest you to use a long ruler. Fold the background and then cut along the length of the ruler. This will help you to cut straight. One of the most important benefits of applying a vinyl background is it is easily removable and you can change it anytime you want. But just remember one thing, they are not cheap to buy. Painting the aquarium is really cheap. Doesn't matter if you buy acrylic paint or a spray paint, they're all cheap. They are easy to apply as well, but it's a bit hard to remove. If you want to learn how to spray paint aquarium background, then please click on the link in the top right corner of this video, as I have already uploaded a video on that. We've seen this fish tank in 3 different states in this video. The first state was when it was dirty, the second state was when I cleaned the aquarium, and the third state is right in front of you now after applying a background to the tank. Aquarium is home to some guppy fish. The water is a bit murky because I've added that driftwood. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Please give it a like and also subscribe to the channel if you like the content. And don't forget to turn on the notification because in my next video I'll show you how I've renovated the stand and canopy for this fish tank. Thank you for watching and have a good one.